What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And tonight, we have somewhat of a duo, but somewhat not of a duo. We have the Super Smash Brothers in the building tonight. What's good, gentlemen?
Yes, sir. What's up, Muscle?
Yes, Muscle. Good evening, good evening, good evening.
All right. So when we say the Super Smash Brothers, let's tell them exactly who the Super Smash Brothers is. Let's start with the gentleman in the orange shirt.
All right. So for all those who don't know me, I go by the name of DJ Shy, or don't know the voice, rather.
Yeah.
This is DJ Shy. And just to correct you from the jump, it's Super Smash Bros.
Okay.
Right?
Got you.
So Super Smash Bros to the world, right?
Got you.
But Super Smash Bros is just it is a brotherhood.
For
It
sure.
is a movement, and it's, I think, like-minded individuals who share the same passion.
Yeah.
Right. So I won't take up all of the time. So we'll let my other brother talk.
Yeah, man. So that's DJ Shy. I go by the name of JUNYA MENACE. Some of y'all might not recognize the voice from interview standpoint because you usually hear me on the mic and a dance and balling on the place and cussing down the place, all kind of stuff like that. But man, I go by the name of JUNYA MENACE, and like you said, it is a brotherhood. But we're brothers in music and in culture and in industry. We're not brothers by blood, believe it or not. We've done interviews actually for overseas and people who don't really know us out there, and they've asked us if we're brothers by blood and stuff like that. Man. But Super Smash Bros, man, it's a movement, it's a collaboration.
Got you.
You know what it is.
How did you guys even connect in the first place? Did you guys start DJing at the same time and it just organically connected? How did you guys connect?
I'll go first, I guess.
Yeah.
I actually, Menace is a little bit older than me, so he actually started DJing before me.
Okay.
But we kind of just met, I would say, from Twilight.
Yeah.
Right? So before we even met or anything, we were actually booked on a party together along with another DJ, AKX, in Twilight. And I think that was the first encounter. And then, we just started having multiple encounters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As time went on, and and a lot of them were at Twilight actually.
True story.
Twilight is home base. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
That's
Once upon
home
a time,
base,
that was like me personally. I was like DJing there sometimes every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes on the weekend, right? Because back in like Glow Thursdays days, and then Friday you would have maybe like a soca chutney party, and then Saturday there'll be like a soca dancehall party, and I'm on all three, and it's like and like Shai said, man, I remember the party. I think it was like a Wheel of Fortune Fridays that we played together the first time, and first time I met him too, and first time I heard him play, and I was telling like my other boys, I'm like, yo, who's this guy? Like this guy could play, man. Holy, these guys doing this thing, and he's talking to us like. And we're getting along like how you would usually get along with a new DJ that you just met. Yeah. You want to grab a drink? Like, like what's good? What do you think of this song? What do you think of this? And we're just talking like that, man. And like you said, after that, he'll be on a couple parties. I'm on a couple parties that sometimes he's playing on something, but I'm just there to lime. Sometimes I'm playing on something, he's just there to lime. But we see each other and we just talk and we're liming or whatever, right? And then further from there, it just...
Yeah, man, like... Glow Thursdays, as you know, JUNYA MENACE, that was at Glow Thursdays was a Thursday night party every single Thursday at Twilight for about 3 years.
Yeah, I think 4 years. 4 years.
That's how long. That's how long it was going on, right?
Yeah, we had a good run there, man.
Yeah, man. And I was real close with the guys who ran Twilight. So I mean, some of my first opportunities as DJ Shy were through them, right? And I used to just go there, and I was hungry, Yeah. Still am hungry, but
of course,
I was hungry, just for the record, But I was hungry, so anything that I could have gotten at that point, I was on it. Like even before we get into the, I guess, further part was there was one time we did play together on the Wheel of Fortune Fridays.
Okay.
But there's one time I was just playing there for Friday, just playing, and they actually, him and a couple of our boys, Kevin Seep and Russian, they just came into Lime. They were just off one night.
Right. Yeah.
And they came to play pool and Lime, and I was playing there. Yeah. And I remember Kevin Seep came up to me. This is before I really knew who he was, and he was a little slightly intoxicated, but I was playing like calypso music, and of course like the whole soca calypso, these guys, that's their thing, you know what I mean? Like Anyway, especially Kevin Seep, he loves this calypso music. Anyways, to speed up the story now, he just came and he's like, what do you know about these tunes? And he's intoxicated. Right? I knew who he was, but I didn't know who he was. I was just like, I couldn't say anything. And I you know, at them times I was shy. Yeah. So I just smiled, you know. I just smiled and, you know, just like,
smiling, nodding.
I am a Trini, you know, like, you know. But yeah, man, that really started up a conversation. And, you know, even this Junior Menace, he came up to me, he was always very kind and just sparked a conversation. So yeah, further now, it was because of that relationship I had Twilight, I was there every Thursday, and that's him, Junior Menace, and a couple of other partners. I was just there, just listening and vibing and learning, you know.
And organically just connecting.
Yeah. Right, so, yeah, man. So from there, I really, you know, I was there every Thursday, like religiously. I was there every single Thursday.
That's where everybody connects on a Thursday.
Yeah. And this is before I really even knew them tough. Yeah. I was just watching on and just, you know, learning. Yeah. Real talk, just learning, right? So
makes sense.
Yeah, man. I'll let
so that's what it was. Like that Thursday was a big deal. Like and when I say we, like big up Jump Up Kings, they were partners on that night as well. And then Russian and Kevin and myself. And we gave a lot of guys a lot of opportunities when we were doing that Thursday. And there was a lot of guys who would reach out and be like, yo, can you put us on? And, you know, when are you going to get me on? And so on and so on. And Shy would never, he never really reached out like that and say, yo, put me on. He would just kind of show up early because we told him that whenever you want to come play, show up early, come play, do a little warm up and whatever. And Shy would he would take advantage of that. And whenever he couldn't make it out and he'd walk with his stuff, he would come, man. And it just showed like a work ethic. Like it showed that he was hungry. And we all took it in and we're like, yo, this kid is serious. So then when we would do like the bigger ones, like the anniversaries or the holiday editions and stuff like that, like who are we going to give the warm up to? Who else? Shy. Like, you know, he's the hungry one. He's the one.
He gets the official slot.
Yeah, that's right. I mean? That's right. He worked for it. He deserves it. Yeah. Like, you know, and that's like he just became closer with us and Jump Up Kings as well. And throughout that night, he would become closer with like the special guests, whoever we had that night as well. Yeah. So he got to connect with people as well. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, what escalated the situation after that, like, I think it was Body English one night, right? Sure. So, yeah, we played you know about Body English? Yeah, you must. Stupid question, man. Stupid question. Take that out. Let's take that out.
First one.
Yeah. So it was at Body English, right? And we're playing on the party together and we're just talking and it's like a bunch of DJs on the party. I did my slot, Shy did his slot. Now we're just like liming around or whatever, waiting to get paid and we're just talking, right? And I'm just like, at this time, I think I had just started an online radio show on teamsoca.com. Yeah. Right. So now I was running like every Mondays and talking about Kevin. We were running out of Kevin's like shop. He does like forklifts and stuff like that. And, you know, like I couldn't really run it at my house because like playing music so late, my parents would be like, you know, like you can't really do that. So, exactly. So we're running at Kevin's shop and I was telling Shy, I'm like, yo, you love soca, like, you know what I mean? Like, this could be a good thing for you. Anytime you want to just come by, maybe run on the show, like do a little half an hour or, you know, maybe come talk a little bit or something like that. Anytime, just come. And he came one time, and I swear it was like maybe like for what, like a year straight. He came like every Monday. And sometimes he played. Sometimes he didn't even play. He just came to Lime. Sometimes he would play the whole show. I would just talk. Sometimes I would play. He would just talk. And it was just like, it was my show, but we were both really running it and we were both really behind it.
That's where the real, I guess, the Super Smash Bros came into play right there.
Yeah. Like, I guess you could say that from early, you know?
Yeah. But that was like the first stages of it, really.
That's where, you know, for me, like I could say, I mean, this is now a Monday that we're linking up now and on a Thursday. Yeah. So I was there, and I mean, at that time, it's like Junior Menace from KOS, like, you know, like Dr. J to me was like, oh my God, you know, like this guy is like the shit. And not only that, this guy was actually a really good DJ, you know, like I grew up listening to DJs and I mean, everything that I heard from him, especially was like, yo, I love this. Yeah. Like, I like this. Like, this guy could play, you know? And yeah, man. So it was more now like, you know, you could say Menace was a little bit my mentor at them times, you know? Yeah. Because I would just kind of just going with the flow. And I love the brotherhood between him and his friends too.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Right.
you know, the first time these guys came into Body English, it was like him and like 10 people. I'm not even joking.
Okay.
Just Regin just, you know, smiling, like, you know, I was like, wow, this
We're
is
here
good
to
vibes,
support.
you know? And that first time we played together, that was the first person who actually said, yo, good set, man.
Yeah.
Or good job, man.
Okay.
And for me, it was
Yeah.
like, okay, wow, this is Junior Menace from KOS.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Somebody
you
I
know?
look up to turned
Yeah.
around and said to me, hey, that was good.
Yeah, man, right.
That's how I know, okay, something is going on
I
here.
felt great. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the energies match too, right? You can't really force energies, right?
At
so
all. At
when
all.
it just meshed and it was like, yeah, let's link up Monday. Okay, wicked. Let's link up on a Thursday. Wicked. Like now we're just we're liming like, you know, religiously for a few years. Like,
Yeah, man,
you
that's
know?
it. Exactly.
Good. So what I want to know then, what even got each of you guys into DJing in the first place? Because I know right now you guys are considered the new generation
Right,
when it comes to the DJs coming out of Toronto right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially in the soca market right now.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? So what actually got you to start DJing? Did you see somebody else doing it? You liked it? You liked music? What got you guys into the DJ business?
I'll let Menace go first.
Yeah, I'll go first. So like my older brother, like he was the main reason that I really got into it. His name is Ronnie. Now he still actually DJs a little bit, like some club gigs and most like a lot of corporate and some weddings and stuff like that. He goes by One Unit.
Yeah, of course I know One
But
Unit.
yeah, okay. So my brother, that's how I really got into it. But even before that, like I like uncles back in Trinidad, like who are DJs as well. Like my dad used to do stuff involving sound in Trinidad as well. So I guess it was just kind of like always in my blood. Music, like just saying music, because like really before like grade maybe 9, like before you got into like really high school, I was all about like hip hop and I was I wasn't even like down with reggae or soca or none of that. Like I knew it, but I wasn't really like into it. Like, you know what I mean? I was more like hip hop and stuff. Then when I got into high school and started like hanging out with like more like West Indian people and stuff like that, we kind of got more into it. But yeah, so like around that time in high school, my brother was DJing. Like he was DJing at all ages parties, right?
Okay.
So he's about 5 years older than me. So he's like, let's say like 18, 19 DJing at all ages, and now I'm like 13, 14 getting the opportunities. Well, like most of my friends can't go, but I'm going because like I'm his little brother and he's bringing me places, right? My parents don't like it, you know what I mean? But so I'm getting into it and like I'm seeing him doing this thing and he's DJing and I'm like, yo, like I want to kind of maybe try to get into this as well. And now he has his stuff at home, right? He has his CDN 88s at home, and then like when he goes out sometimes at night, like when he doesn't take his players out, he's like, yo, if you're gonna do your thing, just be careful, put the CDs back where you got them, you know, like just do your thing. And I'm like, all right. So he's trusting me to do it. So I'm doing my thing. Like he'll come home or the next day, I was like, yo, listen to this, listen to what I just did, right? And he was like, yo, not bad.
You get in there. You get
Right. So so he's the main reason, like, or one of the main reasons I got into the whole thing. And man, and then after that he gave me some opportunities, like some all ages parties. Like it's like, here, take a 10 minutes and do your thing and let's see what happens. And
Then
you know,
it
like
just took off from there.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah. Exactly.
Even you, Shy, how did you actually get into DJing?
For me, it was in high school. I had two friends who are still DJs now. Big up to DJ Z, J Rev.
Of course.
Two of my closest friends. I mean, growing up, you know. Sorry about that. I actually thought that we were on. Anyways, so yeah, we all got into DJing at the same. I mean, actually, you know what? Let me correct myself. They actually started DJing a few months before me.
Okay.
And I mean, we used to chill every single day, like religiously. We were like best friends for life, you know? So my boy J-Rev was actually DJing first, and then Z was like, yeah, I want to get in on that too, you know? So then he got his players, and then they started, and I was always hanging around them. So they started actually before me and do a lot of house parties and them kind of stuff. And then eventually, like for me, why I didn't want to get on it from the get-go was I didn't want to be that guy. Oh, yeah, I want to do that too, you know?
the third wheel.
Yeah, the third
okay,
wheel,
everybody
you
else
know?
is doing it, so let me do it too.
Yeah,
for sure, man. And you know, like I don't have any like uncles or anything that is DJs, and but I mean, growing up, the culture and the music was always a part of me. You know what I mean? So we grew up in mass camps, and I went to blockos, and you know what I mean. So the culture was always deeply rooted in me. My dad is a music fanatic. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Anyways, so yeah, I guess a few months after, I was like, I want to get in this too, and they were like, yeah, let's do it. And I went and I got CDN 88s.
Yeah.
And a new Mark mixer. You know, I found it on Kijiji, and You know, and I'm actually a proud DJ to say I didn't start with vinyl. I didn't even do CDs.
Yeah.
I started with a hard drive.
You started basically straight to, I guess that time it wouldn't be Serato, it would be Virtual DJ.
Yeah, you know what? I did use Virtual DJ back in the days too. Just, you know, even like Acid Pro was another program that I did and did like computer mixes and stuff like that, you know. Prior to, I mean, high school and stuff like that. I used to always mess around with that stuff, you know. But yeah, man. So I went and I bought that. I bought Serato, and like that's how I started.
With Serato.
I mean, from a kid, I have a music library.
Yeah.
Kazaa and you know, Google at the time and Yahoo.com. You know what I mean? Napster, torrents.
Remember Napster?
Torrents. Yeah, like, you know, Kazaa, LimeWire.
Exactly.
You know? So I was religiously downloading music from elementary school.
Okay, so from before you even started playing
before.
you were downloading it.
Downloading music. And I had the same computer for a decade.
Yeah.
Right? So that computer was filled with music, you know? So I went and I bought my hard drive.
Yeah.
And that's what I started with. And I organized this simply as other soca reggae. Literally. Yeah. That's how it started. You know what I mean?
There and we'll figure it out.
You know what I mean? Other was just everything except for soca and reggae. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's how it started. And then, you know, their cousins were DJs too.
Okay.
Who is AKX.
Yeah.
All right, from Paradise.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just kind of got music from everybody. And, you know, even now then, I started going buying CDs and downloading even more music, because at that time, I mean, torrents, the amount of music I got from torrents, you know, like
it's crazy. It was crazy at that time.
Yeah.
Especially so that this is a good question here, because you started basically CDs.
That's right.
You started hard drive.
Correct.
So then that means you guys are separate from the guys that were going to the record stores and stuff. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
we come to bring this a little twist to this show, you know.
Yeah. Because most of the guys come on here, it's like, you know, and back in bad like this and play the record that, and I'm like, I'm like, okay, we get it, like, you know,
you know what I mean? Guys all worked in record stores, and you had to, you know what? All you DJs, you guys are the best. I mean, like, you know, I respect each and every one of you guys for what, I mean, that especially, you know, I mean, buying records, and I know that they were expensive, you know, like, I didn't have to do that.
Of course.
You know
So
what I mean?
then that right there, so then clearly there's a separation. I guess sometimes they say, hey, you're not a real DJ because you didn't start over here, you started here.
Right.
What do you, so then now you guys that started CDs and hard drive, what do you think defines a real DJ? What makes somebody a real DJ?
You know what? Your dedication to the craft. I mean, like, that's a hard question to answer for me personally, because I you know what? I don't want to like say this out of place too, because you know, no disrespect to, you know, a lot of the older guys will listen to this and be like, what do you know about that, Shy? You know, like, but for me personally, like, I really study the craft, and I mean the art of DJing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I mean, that's where personally I kind of did my generation justice, because it was never just Serato, sync button, all that bullshit, reading waveforms, you know. I was always influenced by, I mean, guys, even so now I'm into DJing. I'm fanatic. This is my hobby now.
Yeah.
This is all I could think about is DJing. So, you know, I did every day just DJing, just thinking about, you know, Googling, Yahooing DJing, you know. So I mean, in that sense, now I'm doing my due diligence and seeing what it takes or where it came from. I mean, studying
learning the craft.
Yeah. So I mean, your dedication to the craft and I guess I was just, anyways, like, I was just influenced by, I mean, starting from scratches and all these great DJs, and started doing research on these guys. And I mean, educating myself on the craft, the real craft of DJing, right? So that's what I have to say, Menace. You can take it from there.
You know what? And I could agree with you, because you're actually studying the craft, and you said you're doing your due diligence. You know what I mean? Seeing what came before you and then adding your percentage on top of it from there.
For sure.
And that's really what it comes down to. You know what I mean?
100%.
You, Menace?
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. But I hear people talk about all the time about being like a real DJ and what makes a real DJ. And going back to records and so on. But like anything, whether it's DJing or whether it's like, let's say you're a doctor or a lawyer and accountant or whatever, it's all about adaptation, right? And you have to be able to adapt. And as technology grows, right, you have to be able to adapt with the technology.
100% agree.
Yeah, some guys would be like, you don't see nobody right now. Nah, I'm not doing Serato. Like, okay, you barely see anybody right now. I'm not doing Serato.
Yeah.
I rather carry around like 12 record crates and I rather do this. But like, technology evolved and you have to evolve with the technology, and respect to those guys who did it.
For sure.
There's a lot of guys who probably do it now who probably would not be able to do it back then.
That's fair enough. I can live with that answer.
Right. I mean, you can't name names because you don't know, right?
Yeah.
But then there's probably guys who did it back then who probably wouldn't be able to do it now.
Yeah.
Same way, right?
Makes sense too.
Some guys might not be like, yeah, I'm not into the whole computer thing, and that's not really my thing. Like, so. It kind of goes both ways, but like Shy said, but it really comes down to you really have to have like a passion for it, and you have to really love what you do, because because it's an art form. It's not really something that you can say like, I hate doing this, but I'm gonna do it just to make money or whatever.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Some gigs might be like, you might rather like do some gigs than the others, but at the end of the day, like you have to have some kind of love behind it. And like I said, because it's an art form, you have to practice, you have to do your thing, and you have to adapt as well. Like not only to like the technology behind the music, but other stuff like social media and like photo shoots and all these kind of things too. Like you gotta nowadays, it seems like you gotta be on that.
Yeah,
right.
It's an entire brand that you're bringing. Because I'll tell you what really what put Shy on my radar and what put you on my radar. Shy was last year Madhouse. The run for that right there, definitely my antenna went up. I said, let me look into this. Right. This guy has something here. It was the colors, the graphics, everything about it. I said, there's something here, because I seen your name a long time. Yeah. DJ Shy, okay, it's there. I seen a lot in the crap. Okay, cool. That's cool. But Madhouse definitely put you on my radar. And with you, it was Walk You.
Right.
Because I'm saying, okay, hold on. These are guys, 2 new generation DJs, and they have these type of brands. And when you look who's on it, it's like, hold on, what's going on here?
Right.
Because this isn't just like Joe Blow. These are people on their brand. You know what I mean? So tell me how important your brand is to establish in a social media market today.
You want to go first, man?
Yeah, sure. Like since you brought up the whole the Walk You thing, it just like big up Dr. J. He's the one who really he gave, let's say, birth to the brand. It was, I think, 2014. We were just kind of like talking, and we were just kind of yo, Menace, I need you to like he's mentoring me like as a DJ, but also as a promoter, as like somebody to get into branding and everything like that. And it's like, let's get a concept going here that like, I'll give you some ideas. Let's get working on it. Let's see what we can do with it. And he gave it to me, and like, it started. I did like, a lot of the groundwork, and it's out there, and it's like minus 20 degrees, and you're handing out CDs, and you're really hustling, and it's just like, let's see what we can do. And the first one was at Hickory House.
You did something in Hickory House.
Yeah, so that was the first Walk You was at Hickory House.
Yeah.
So the first Walk You was Hickory House, right?
Learned something you did not know.
You know what I mean? And like it's like, like you, at the end of the night, you're like, wow, I made this happen. Like, and you might not see like thousands of dollars, but you're like, yo, I made a little bit of money from this. Like, yo, this is crazy. Like, it worked. Let's see what happens. Let's do it again. Let's try it again. Yeah. From Hickory House, that was like. We did maybe like about like 250 people.
What, you remember what year that was?
Yeah, I think it was 2014. It was 2014 January. Okay. Right. So that was the first one. Yeah. Now we're like, we're gonna do it again. Yeah. When's the best time to do it? Okay, could we do it like when like do like a Walk You end of school kind of thing like that? Well, end of school is like for colleges and universities, kind of April, so it's kind of really close.
Got you.
Or do we do it like back to school? It's like, yeah, September. It gives us some time to work. Yeah. So the next one we did was September 2014. We did it on the Rocks. That was like one
on the rocks.
Right? So that was Walk You number 2. Yeah. And that was like one of like the biggest turnouts like I think we've ever had it, because I think it was like 900 plus or something like that. So that did a jump from like 250. Why did it do that jump? Because of like we got the promotion started like 2 months in advance, and we're hustling, and we're like I said, we're out there handing out CDs, and we're hitting boat ride after boat ride. And it's like when you want to be somewhere, let's just say like on a Sunday evening, like you want to be chilling with your girl or something like like that. No, you're at a boat ride, or you're, like you're doing all these things that need to be done to make sure that your event grows, and like you said, your brand grows, right? And then look at us now. I think we're like 17, 18 WAQs later, and it's like one of the most consistent parties in the city. We do like 4 a year, and everyone like so far has been successful, and it's just hard work going into that brand, and people start to recognize you as the ambassador of that brand, and people start to label you as Mr. WAQ, and and stuff like that, and then big up Jay, like like none of it would be possible without Jay as well, and we both really go behind it. I do a lot more of the legwork, and I'm sure he'd agree on that one. But we both bring something to the table, and we're grateful, man. We're grateful that Toronto has made it one of those brands that it's actually being recognized now, like worldwide. Like people are, when you bring in WAQ here, when you bring in WAQ there, and that might be something to consider for the future.
You could start touring your brand.
Right.
I see a lot of stuff like that happen.
Yeah. One thing I want to add on actually with WAQ is what I think the beautiful thing about WAQ was at that time there was a lot of college university parties, but there wasn't a lot of college university parties in this market.
Right.
Got you.
Like, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of younger people going out and looking for certain fests to fed at. I mean, with people that are just around their demographic and their age group, and you know what I mean? But the one thing is WAQ, I mean, the scene needed it. I mean, the soca scene especially needed something like that. So I think that was a really sorry, I just want to add that in there because it's so amazing to see this brand grow to, especially being on it from the inception, literally from the beginning. And I feel like it's a part of my brand too, just because I've been there and I've seen the success of it, and you know what I mean. Like, so,
and then on top of that as well, as you mentioned that as a part of his brand, like I said, I think we're on like 18, and then like I think maybe like 15 out of those study guides. We do the study guides with like the pre-mix or the promotional mix for the event. Like maybe 15 out of 18 he's been a part of. So like it really is. Shy is definitely a big part of WAQ as well.
It's like definitely that WAQ brand too was like a big help in me progressing.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I love that WAQ brand, and I'm excited to see where it's going to go to, so.
Where it's going.
Yeah, man. Right. But I guess we're on the Madhouse.
Yeah.
The Madhouse.
And your branding, period. Because your branding is crazy, Shaq. Crazy.
Respect.
You know what I mean?
You know what? Branding and is a very, very important thing to me. I mean, art has always been my thing. Yeah. For me, before I even got into DJing, I was going to become a chef.
Okay. I could tell that there's something really artistic about you because of how you could just tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you pay enough attention, you could see that artsy thing about Shy. You could see it.
Yeah. So yeah, man, like art, I mean, growing up too, the few awards that I did win in my life were the art awards. And, so art, it was always, I mean, I used to love to draw and paint and all that stuff. So, I mean, art in general has always been who I am. Literally, like you see me wearing this orange shirt. You know what I mean? Like that's literally like who I am. Like So, I mean, Madhouse. That last year was my first year doing it. Actually.
That was your first year.
My first year. Prior to that, I did a party called Unwind. And that was always a boat cruise. Okay. And it was more of a upscale, sexy kind of, that's what we were trying to market it to. Yeah. But that was always my birthday, and I'm like, you know what? On my birthday, I don't want to have a sexy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really who I am. You know? Like, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I love that. Like, I love clean events, but for my birthday in particular, I kind of wanted to divert that into somewhere else rather than my birthday. So
makes sense.
Just like I think a lot of people, I just had a list. I mean, 2 pages of concepts. So I was like, which one do I want to make my birthday? And which one is, I mean, unique, right, to the city? So yeah, I chose Madhouse, and I mean, the graphics for that had to be amazing.
It was.
It didn't matter how much money it was. Yeah. It just had to be amazing. And my graphic designer, he's amazing, and he gets me. Mm-hmm. And big up to all the graphic designers out there, but there's very few who could take me. Yeah. Like, I'm very hands-on. Yeah. Like, I will paint the picture for them, but I mean, like, lots of brackets. Mm-hmm. That's why I'd rather
detail.
Lots of detail, right? Mm-hmm. So, I found this designer was, he also made my character and all these things. Yeah. He got me. Yeah. So when I told him my vision, he just got it right away. Like, he blew my mind with it, right? So, I mean, from there, it was like presentation and branding, and you know, even my logo, like when I got that made, that was, you know, do you know who Kwame Delfish is?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's an artist, and yeah, he's a older guy to me. Yeah, he's an artist, and he's created paintings, and he made like the $10 bill. It was for Canada, but it was like a prototype.
Okay.
Right. So, anyways, for him, when I was like designing my logo, I was literally beside him.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I don't like that. Nah, I don't like that. Nah, I don't like
And
that.
this is the great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he was actually like, there's no font or anything. He's drawing it out. And we finally got something that was right. So, I mean, where I'm going with all this is, I mean, branding is very, very important to me.
Extremely.
Right. And I always want to be that guy to put out something. And I mean, walk into a club and you look at me, or, you know, see that and be like, yeah, like memorable, you know? So that was really the look I was going for the flyer. And yeah, I really wanted to start, you know, because I haven't done a million parties.
Yeah.
I've done very, very few. But for me, I was always looking for the right time, right? Prior to that, I was just learning.
Yeah.
Sitting back and learning from the people around me, including Menace, Dr. J, Bandits, and I mean, the list is long, right? So I was always looking for that right time to start doing events, because I just didn't want to do an event just to make money.
Yeah.
Or just to put myself on that prime time slot. You know what I mean? It had to be a purpose. It had to be to give people an experience, right? And I think that's number one.
Yeah.
Is people are paying their money and they're going to get an experience.
And that's what it really comes down to, is how they feel before leading up, how they feel inside of the event, and how they feel after.
Exactly.
That all makes the entire package right there.
100%,
You know what I mean?
man.
And you guys get it from there.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Let me ask you guys something a little controversial here. Who has better vibes, East or West, when it comes to the soca scene?
No, that's a great question, man. And like we're like the best people that you could ask that question to, because we play in the West as much as like we play in the East. Like, I mean, we might be in the East a little bit more, but there's times where like I'll be in the West, like I'll be in Brampton like 2 times out of the weekend, or like 2 weeks in a row I'll be in Brampton, right? And it's like, it's different. I don't want to say who has the better vibes or who doesn't, but it's different. There's stuff you can play out there that you can't really get away with in the East, and vice versa.
Okay.
And that's why I love it. I love going out there, and I love playing in the West, because I get to show a different side. Because if you keep doing the same thing week in and week out, it gets old, right? And you're doing the same thing, you're playing for the same crowd over and over again. I mean, I love the support, I love the loyal followers, but if you're playing for the exact same people over and over again, and big up the people who, like, sometimes we're in the West and they come all the way to the West to see us perform, like, and big up those people, but they also like to see us do different things.
Yeah.
So when I say that now, like when we're in the West and let's say it's a soca party, but you get away with like some chutney soca, right? Which we can do. We're versatile, right? We can do that, right? Or now like you're in the East and you could get away with some, let's say some newer dancehall or some dancing dancehall that you could get away with in the East. You might not be able to get away with that in the West. And I feel like in the East, you can play, like, I think a lot more newer soca and a lot more, let's say, like small island soca for certain crowds in the East than you can for certain parties in the West. And it's just like both parties have vibes, just they're different.
And
That's
that's my
final answer is.
Yeah.
What's the final answer?
Wait, like,
He's pressuring you now.
Yeah,
We're gonna,
yeah, no, son.
we're gonna put it back.
I did all the talking, right? I did all the talking, and no, final answer. Which one has the most vibes? Only because, like, pretty much born and raised in Scarborough, I would have to say I like playing in the East more.
All right.
But
Okay.
they both have their thing. You know, they both have their vibes.
For sure.
Exactly.
Shy now.
See-
Okay, now all eyes are on.
Right, everybody.
He has the big ball. Yeah.
All right. So, and you know, like, I love what you said there, because you're absolutely right. No, in all realness, you were right what you said there. But I mean, the answer was, which one has the most vibes, the West or the East? But you said you like playing in the East more. You still didn't give them you still didn't give the world the right answer.
Okay,
I mean,
so let's hear what the
Buju
right answer is.
Buju said East are the best. All right. Anyways, but I mean, like, I love the East, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's home. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Born and raised in Scarborough. You know,
100%.
But he's absolutely right. I mean, like, there's great things about playing in different parts of the city. You know what I mean? Even you play downtown, so it's a different vibe. You play uptown, you know what I mean? It's always a different vibe. West, there's great things, you know what I mean, to appreciate about it. But the East, man, most vibes, right?
At least you're honest and you're straight about it. You know what I mean? I get that 100%. You know what I mean? So you guys being the new generation in the soca scene, how is it that you guys walk the political lines and balance and still be able to be everywhere but nowhere at the exact same time?
Yeah, you want to go with that one first? Yeah, I know. No, but you know what it is though. Like, I mean, and we're talking about like the new generation of the soca scene, and like we do everything. Like we play everything, but like I mean, yeah, we have a love for soca and being on like some crazy soca parties that the city sees, and being DJs in Toronto, like we're lucky that like. We have soca parties every weekend, you know what I mean? Other places like you get soca like in Trinidad or wherever, like you know, you get yeah, exactly. You know, we get soca parties every week, and you know, like when you say politically, like you kind of, the way I see it is that you have to treat it as a business, and like DJing is a business, right? And you can't burn bridges. You have to you kind of have to try to get along with everybody that you can possibly get along with. Sometimes it's not going to work out. Sometimes it is going to work out. Us being the Super Smash Bros. And us working together so much. We're talking about this earlier, actually. And he's kind of like, yo, don't make me look like the bad guy, right? But I'm just like, they call him Shy, right? Like Shy's his name and Menace is my name. But really in personality, he's more of a menace than I am.
I could see that, right?
You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
Agree.
But with that being said, our personalities kind of complement each other. So sometimes when I'm being too much of a nice guy, he steps in, or sometimes if he's being too much of a hothead, I step in, and it's like we work together like that. And like politically, we try to keep it as correct as we can. And you know what? I'm grateful too, because I have other people in my life as well, like, you know, friends and mentors and colleagues and like my wife and stuff like that. Just, you know, you have people who are there to keep you in check. It's like, what do you think about this instead of this, and so on and so on. And that, all of that really, really helps
for sure
in being politically correct and walking that line, you know?
100%, man. Yeah, man. Like, for me, it's like, I'm very particular and I'm very passionate, right? So, I mean, and I'm very deep on vibes. I'm heavy in vibes. So if I feel a vibe that I don't like, it's not to say that I'll go and yo this, and I'll say that. I'll just simply won't keep my energy there. And just space myself out from things that
walk away
are not my cup of tea, you know what I mean? But I mean, politically, like within Toronto, like me and Menace, we get along with everybody, and we genuinely respect everybody, right? It's not to say we don't really, personally, there's nothing bad to say about anybody in the industry.
For sure.
And we've always kept it 100 and always about the music and the vibe, right? We don't really get, I'm vexed because of this, and I'm vexed because I'm not playing this time. And I mean, you know, we take whatever is thrown at us, right? So, and I think people love that about us. And we're team players, you know what I mean? Like,
you have to be. Right.
Like,
in the market, you have to be.
Menace is like, you know, I've learned a lot from him about being a team player. And for me, it's not malicious or anything. As I said, it's all just passion, and I'm passionate about a certain situation, you know what I mean? But I mean, for anybody that's hired us, we always, if they say, yo, play from 10 to 11, we're there. You know what I mean? I'm cool. Yeah. You know?
And doing the best of your ability
man.
At between that 10 to 11 spot.
For sure, man.
So then they know, okay, we did them 10 to 11 this time. Next time they get 1 to 2.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So you just show and prove every time you go there.
That's it, man. And, you know, everybody that we've worked, because we always work generally with the same people. Even before we started to rock like that heavy, like we were always booked on, like, I mean, 9 times out of 10, we were always on the same party together.
Yeah,
realistically, you know what I mean? So, I guess what people respected us individually,
for sure.
And I mean now, because the team thing is fairly new. They respect us individually. Now it's like, wow, okay, you know, like. You know what I mean?
So did you guys actually put that together, or just came together? Is it even official, or what is Super Smash Bros?
Yeah, it's not really official in terms of like we don't have like, let's say like a handle, a social media handle. We don't have like a logo. We haven't done like a photo shoot or anything like that yet. But it's just kind of like a nickname that kind of came together because, like you said, we like Shy said, we played a lot of parties together anyway. A lot of parties together anyways, right? And it's like I would play, and it's like let's say I would play from like 11 to 12 or whatever. Shy would play from like 1 to 2 or whatever. And it's like, people would ask like, yo, so, and not only us, but they would ask other people, how was the party? Like, yo, who smashed it? Yeah. It's like, yo, Menace and Shy, like, they really did their thing. You're like, you know, like Menace and Shy did their thing, and Menace, yo, they smashed it, and then it just kind of got repetitive, like, smashed it, and yo, they worked together and they smashed it, or like they worked individually and they smashed it, and it was just like, yo, like everybody keeps saying smash, smash, smash. It's like, yo, this is what we do. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
smash,
you know what I mean?
It makes sense. Yeah.
You know, it's like, yo, I was like, yo, I heard you guys smashed it, and it just kind of like when you're talking to friends, you know, it's just like, yeah, that's what we do. Like, we smash parties. Like, you know, like I said, you're talking to friends, but like professionally, you know, if we might have like not such a great night, like we humbly accept that, and we're like, we take notes and we're watching other people. It's like, well, actually, like this guy I think did better than us. Like, you know what I mean? Sure. But it was just like that word smash just kept coming up and coming up and coming up, I think. And then I think what really kind of took it to the next level was, and if you disagree, was the Clash. I think like they kind of,
that's where I was.
It was, you know, in the beginning, it was just like JUNYA MENACE DJ Shy. We just say, oh, we're gonna smash the club tonight. You know what I mean? And it's just so funny how they had us usually playing back to back, whether it's like Menace then me or me then Menace.
It just always happened to work that way.
And I mean, like, it's great for a party because I mean, musically, we think the same way, right? So generally, when we mix, it's always a story.
Yeah. Okay.
We're always a story. Yeah. I mean, like, that's the standard. You know what I mean? And I think that's where we click too. It's like always a story, and so both of our sets were always like that. So I mean, if he's playing an hour and I'm playing an hour, for that 2 hours, like, I mean, amazing. Story. You know what I mean?
It's just making sense. Like, it just makes sense for the party. Like,
right. That's what it is. You guys brought up the Clash.
yes.
What was it? The Sound Day Clash?
Correct.
Sound Day, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. All right. Who else was in the Clash with you guys?
So it was Royal Beats, big up Royal Beats. Okay. Genesis Sound.
Yep.
Team HOM, who is DJ Kevin, Flex Got Next, DJ Smarties, Jags and Royal Star, and Team Soul Style, who is DJ InStyle and DJ Soldier. I think that's it, right? I think I got everybody.
So it was all teams. So you guys went in as individuals, or you guys went in together?
So the promoter, like Fresh Cut, big up Fresh Cut, right? Yeah. So Fresh Cut, he's kind of been pitching this. He was pitching that idea for a while. He was just kind of saying, because you know, like all of us being like newer DJs. Not want to say newer DJs, but like the younger DJs who are like kind of out there every weekend. We're all seeing each other on a regular. It's like, yo, what would happen if these two guys and these two guys clashed? And, you know, you're talking about stuff, and you know, you're playing a dub plate, and you're looking at the next guy like, yeah, you hear that? You know what I mean? It's like, and then Fresh Cut was the guy to really like, you know what? I'm going to make it happen. Yeah. We always talk about it. We always joke about it, but I'm going to make it happen. And big up Fresh Cut. And he reached out to everybody. He's like, yo, this is what we're doing. Yeah. This is what we're going to do. And let me see who's available. Let me see who's down. And it worked out, man. It worked out in October 2018,
And you know what was so crazy about that Clash? It was back in you guys, basically your house, Twilight.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? Crazy, right? That's where it all began.
Yo, you know, up until now, I didn't take that in. You're right.
In the house. You guys walked away with the trophy. Let me tell you about that Clash there. What I remember seeing online everywhere was the Ragging King.
Right.
When you guys played that Ragging King, it like completely decimated the Clash.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Tell them going up to there what had happened, going up to there, leading up to playing that Ragging King.
I would say, like, so prior to that, we knew that we were gonna clash, so we knew that we had to link up and discuss it, because this is not just a dance, right? We've never been in a clash, obviously.
That was your guys' first clash.
First clash,
time.
Like,
right. Okay.
Menace, obviously, I think, sorry, not obviously, but Menace growing up listened to a lot of Clash.
Yeah, it's a lot of people don't know about me, but like, since like 2003, 2004, back in like those, as soon as I got into dancehall music and soca music and stuff like that, like Sound Clash was a very big thing for me.
Who were some of your favorite songs back then?
Oh man, like back then, like, I mean, Black Cat obviously when he won, and which he's been on here, right? Like so when he when he went on that run, like I was a huge fan. But like, I mean, personally, like maybe because I was younger back then, like as a younger Clash fan, it was Mighty Crown that really stood out for me.
I knew you were gonna say that one. I was just waiting.
You know what it was?
Like, when are we gonna say Mighty Crown?
I
knew.
You know what it was? because I think it was because I was younger and I was more into the dance hall aspect of it than I was into the foundation aspect of it.
Sure. It's all good.
Man, like Mighty Crown's writing skills are just insane. Like the customs, right? Like
level,
yeah,
bro.
it's just the
Next
customs that
level.
really got to me, and then just like you listen to these CDs and you hear one and you hear like a cartel calling up everybody, or you hear like like all 50 Cent and all the G Units and the Lil Johns and all these things. It's like, did Lil John just call Tony Matara's name? And it's just like and this is like a big thing, right? And it's like I would say like those are like some of my favorites. But yeah, sorry to interrupt, but like
that's
like,
how it goes though.
Yeah, that's what, like, when he's talking about the whole Clash thing, it's like I was a Clash fan like for a long time. He like Shy not so much, right?
Yeah.
So we're working together now, and it's like I'm giving him like, yo, this is how they would do it back then, and this is how I've heard them do it recently, and so on, because I'm listening to Clashes and so on, right?
Yeah.
And we're working together and we're studying, and like you go ahead, back.
Yeah.
So
and I got into Clash like late. So I got into Clash as I became a DJ. As I said, you research.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wasn't only researching the foundation of hip hop DJing per se.
Yeah.
I mean, like scratching and stuff like that, and the foundation of turntables and
Yeah.
But as I got more into it, I started to research about Clash now. Like
Who were some of the Clash songs that you came across?
Black Chinese. I'm a young guy.
What? No, listen, it could have been somebody from it does not
Yeah.
matter. Music is music.
Yeah.
And Black Chinese, they changed the entire game to the way you know it right
For
now.
sure.
So clearly you know something.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's what it was like. I mean, growing up now, I always used to listen to the Black Chinese CDs
Yep.
and the dub plates, so I knew about it. But I mean, in the clashing sense of it, I was more into the artsy side of it.
Got
So
you.
I wanted to, I wanted to learn about that.
Yeah.
So I mean, the argument side of it and the clash side of it, I didn't start getting into it until I was 20 years old, literally. You know what I mean? Which is 8 years ago for anybody that wants to know. Right? So now when I got into it, you know what I mean? Like even Kilimanjaro, I started to see stuff on YouTube and Stone Love and Bass Odyssey. Now I started hearing names like Squingy as I'm starting to,
Now
it
it all makes sense to you.
so now I'm I didn't get the honor of buying a CD from you, but
it's all
but like I started getting more into it. So I mean, as of recently, not recently, but within the last 8 years is when I really started to get into Clash side of it.
Okay.
Back to what we're saying now. What I was originally saying was, I guess we were linking up, and I'm like, Menace, like Clash more than I do.
Yeah.
So how are we gonna go? Because I'm going in there with the mentality like we're gonna go juggle kind of each round.
Yeah.
But Menace was always saying, "Nah, man."
You have to have some speech
Yeah.
to match that juggling.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I was like, okay, cool. Like let's build off each other. And we even went to Miami for Carnival, and we were in Miami like in the hotel
the week before, right?
Yeah.
The week before was Miami Carnival, and we were in Miami, and like we're like, yo, we could be Lyman, we could be like down by the pool, we could go at a beach and drink and whatever. But you know what? We have this Clash to prepare for. Let's take some hours right now in the hotel room and let's go through it. And my boy J-Rev and my boy Mark is there with us, and they're helping us too, right? They're like, yo, you should do this and you should do that, and we're all just working together and feeding off each other's energy, you know?
Yeah, man. And man. So we were working on it in Miami, and then when we got back, now we're like, listen, we can't lose, bro. Like we cannot lose, because I mean, I just feel like we could do. We no disrespect to any of the other teams. I have so much respect for each one of them, but I mean, we are those guys. Trust me, and I mean, a lot of people are watching us too. Like per se, like, yo, how could you lose that? If we lose that, we're like, if we lost that, sorry. They'd be like, how could you guys lose that? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? As I said, no disrespect.
So
to any of the
guys were basically going in as the favorite.
To us, we were. You know what I mean?
But you're supposed to.
But you know what it is, though?
Feel that way.
The thing, like, I mean, I've seen people in Facebook chats, and I've seen people commenting on this, and everybody's talking about, yo, this person's going down. Like, a lot of negativity, right? Yo, can't wait to see this person flop, or yo, I can't see my brother's gonna kick up these people, and da-da-da. And like, we're like, nobody's really calling our name, right? Like, and we're just kind of watching back and just looking at it, like, staying quiet, like, we're just gonna just cool. And like, in the group chat that we had on WhatsApp, like, we were probably, or at least I was probably like one of the people who said like the least amount of things, like, like, it was just like,
you're a sniper, we're
just like, yo, let these guys do what they gotta do, and let them hype up as much as they want to hype up, but like, let's not really putting on a show, but they don't know that we're reading everything, we're preparing, like you know what I mean. Like, we're seeing what you guys are saying, and it's just that's the way to treat it. It's a sport, right? You have to
100%.
Yeah, you have to be educated. Like it's a sport where you have to be educated, and you can't just go in blind because you're gonna flop, right?
Yeah.
So
for sure, man. And like for me, Menace was more like, yeah, man, we'll give it our best, but no matter what the result is, life still goes on. I'm like, nah, man, we're not
the real warhead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, like, up until that point, like, we're working our asses off here, like together we're like collectively, individually, we're giving it our all when we play out.
Yeah.
And we're serious about this, like this is not just a hobby now. We're playing to win, no matter if it's a clash or not, a dance, juggling, whatever. We're playing to smash every single time, right? So, I mean, now it's a delicate time because now throughout the summer we're linking up here and we're linking up there, and now instead of somebody else emceeing, I'm calling for Menace MC, vice versa. I'm like, listen, we just have that chemistry. Yeah. Let's work together, even though we're not perfect on the mic and whatnot. We have it, and we listen, and we talk, and we're like, yo, did you hear what that guy said?
Yeah.
Yo, that guy, I mean, like, some of those bad MCs and stuff like that. It's like, yo, we're inspired by that. So now, I mean, I had the mentality like we cannot lose, and we're gonna link up every single day until we figure out a formula.
Got you.
Right. So, and that it was just that from Miami, the Monday.
Yeah.
Yo, link up. I mean, discuss. I mean, going through music is just like, okay, where do you go? Where are our opponents gonna go? Where do we think that these guys are gonna go? Yeah. Where are we gonna go that we don't think anybody else can go? You know what I mean? So
that still makes sense in here. We're not gonna go too far left and lose everybody. Yeah. But we're still staying kind of centered, but nobody's seeing this space right here.
For sure.
Right.
How we could win.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And when we went in, like, drawing numbers now through how was straws or hats, however.
Names in a hat. I think just paper on a hat. Exactly. Very simple.
So we're aiming to be like that last sound.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Well, you guys wanted to be last.
You know what? Like,
middle to last.
It was like somewhere like closer to the end instead, just to like kind of feel off everybody. But then like going throughout the night, like you start to realize, like let's say we built like a crate or two for the first round. Now as the other 5 sounds play, it's like, okay, this song's gone, this song's gone, this song's gone. And like I was talking about earlier, being able to adapt, right? The way you do it in your career as a DJ playing parties, you have to work with it the same way like you're playing in a clash. Because let's say you go into a party and you think that you're coming on at this 1 o'clock slot and you're gonna do this because this is what you do at 1 o'clock, but the DJ before you does something out of left field. You don't know what he was thinking or whatever, but he does something out of left field. And let's say he plays what you thought you were gonna play. You have to be able to adapt, and you have to be able to, all right, you know what? I'm gonna go somewhere else. Yeah, on the fly, right? You got to be able to do that. So when we drew number 6, I was like, all right, cool. Like, we could work with this. And then like as now the other 5 songs are playing, now it's like, yo, I don't know if we wanted number 6. Like, I don't know if we really wanted.
There was that pressure still.
Yeah, trust me.
But I mean, like, even in a dance, we're always paying attention to what DJs play. Like, for me and him, like, we're always like, okay, this guy played that, no problem, man. Yeah. Soft, I never dig any horrors, or I mean catch feelings, as the kids would say. Catch feelings. Sorry, I know a lot of people don't know what digging horrors is and stuff. We're Trinnies anyway, right? But for us, we're always listening, so it's good. It keeps you on the ball, and you're like, your heart's beating. It's like, yo, that guy just played that song, but it kept it moving, and it kept us on our toes. And I mean, for the most part, I think every single round we owned it.
Okay. How many rounds did you guys end up playing that?
5 rounds, right?
5 rounds, including the 1 for 1.
And when did you guys actually drop the Ragging King? Was that in the 1 for 1, or that was in a round?
1 for 1.
It was 1 for 1. It was the first song in the 1 for 1. And like I'm pretty sure I've told most of the other competitors in the Clash's story already, but like we accidentally held the Ragging King until the 1 for 1. That wasn't like
accidentally.
Yeah. So we actually meant to play it earlier. Yeah. Right? But we ran out of time in a previous round. Yeah. So it's like it was coming, but we kind of ran out of time, and it was like, damn, like, are we really gonna go through this whole Clash without playing the Ragging King because Muscle, you know, like when you listen to Clash, right? When you get to the 1 for 1, you don't really play new stuff. You don't really play dancehall. You know, you play the foundation, right? And you play like the dead artists, and that's when you come out in the 1 for 1. So it's like, yo, are we really not gonna play this Ragging King guy?
Because that was the biggest song at that
right
time.
at that time. So then when I heard them come out, I'm talking about Team Soul Style. I think they played like a JC Lodge, and it was like a good JC Lodge because it was new. It was new.
Okay.
Like it had InStyle's name in it, and it had Soulja's name in it. It was like built for that clash. I was like, way, like, well done, fellas.
Yeah.
Like, you know, do I just suck it up and be like, all right, you guys got this? I'm like, no. Let me see what I can say to make Shy's Ragging King come alive and really mash up this place. And then it's just like, came on, said what I had to say. And by the time he just dropped from the top, like a cappella from the top, and just like, you just heard Ragging King's voice. And some people are already like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Then the beat kicks in, right? Dun, dun, dun. And now other people are like, yo, hold on. And then when you just say the DJ Shy Chop, then it was
that was the most viral moment in that class.
Yeah, like all kind of sound tripped out and the lights started flickering, all kind of thing like that. Like,
and clearly you guys walked away with the trophy.
all kind of thing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was
crazy. That's another experience that you guys have gone through.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's amazing that you guys are actually now clashing. Would you guys actually clash again?
We're not actually.
I mean, like, I don't, it's not something that like we won't do ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, can't really say that, but like, in the near future, it seems like it would be like unlikely.
Okay.
It's just like right now, it's just because we're so busy, right? Like, I mean, if people were to ask us for like, yo, we need you for a Saturday, it's like, yeah, cool. Like, next Saturday I have is like in June 2020. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
must be nice.
And between me and him and like getting dates together, like it's real hard.
Right
yeah,
now.
it's really hard. And even if we do get a date, right? It's like how we were linking up, like to practice. Now to find that time to get together and practice when we're focused on these dances that we're playing now, like seems like every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday's coming up now in the summer, like 4 dances a week, and then to prep for a clash, it might be too much. And trying to get a little bit more into the whole traveling and stuff like that too, which makes it even worse. And of course, doing our events, like, you know,
so it's just a lot of stuff happening at the exact same time. Well, you know what? It was good that you guys actually tried it.
Amazing experience.
You guys won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have a trophy to say,
Absolutely.
hey, we won. So then you just keep it moving from there.
And I say it all the time. Like, it made me grow as an MC. It made Shy grow as a DJ. It made me grow as a DJ, and it made Shy grow as an MC. And together we just grew from the experience. And what makes it even greater, I know all the competitors and pretty much every DJ that was in the building that night grew from that experience, man.
For sure, man.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
You're
man.
supposed
Big
to
up
grow.
Fresh Cut, man. Crazy experience.
That wasn't, and you know, and I have respect, as I said, for each person, DJ, MC that was in that clash, you know, that I didn't have before. I found a respect for each of them.
For sure.
I mean, not to say that what they were doing before I didn't respect them, but I mean, I found a new respect for them because it takes balls to do that.
Right.
Of course, because now it's real. Every night is a competition per se when you're playing out because you want to make sure you're doing the best of your ability. But now this is a competition.
Right.
This is a really, somebody wins and somebody loses.
That's right.
It's not up for, I think, here's a trophy, somebody's going to win.
Right.
So then that right there really put you guys in a different headspace. You guys had to work. You guys liked it. You tried it. And here you are with the trophy. You know what I mean? Let's get on to some soca here. 2019 Carnival, Trinidad Carnival just passed.
Yes.
All right. Give me 3 of your most underrated hits that you guys think should have been bigger for the year so far.
Okay, we'll take a second and breathe.
I'll name one right. I'll name one right off the top of my head actually because I really like this rhythm and I feel like it doesn't get played a lot and people might justify it being like it's a real groovy rhythm and so on and so on. But it's like in a great BPM range that can mix with a lot of songs that play and songs on the rhythm tell a good story. Mixing with some of the other songs that get played. That rhythm is the hot wire rhythm.
Okay.
So yeah, like Shal has a song called One Wine. Nadia has a song called Strangers. Problem Child has Not Making Sense. Not Making Sense. And like, it's like that rhythm is great. And I think it could play, but it doesn't, I feel like it's not getting as much play as it should be getting.
Okay.
That's one of them. You want to take one or you want me to give the next one? Because I have the next one too.
Like personally, for my own listening pleasure, like there's a song by Irfan Alves called Compromise.
Okay.
I just love that song.
Massive.
I mean, like what he's saying in that song, I feel like resonates with me.
Yeah.
And it just speaks to me and like how melodic it is and it's just beautiful, you know? So, but I mean, listening pleasure and like I mean party song. I don't know if you're talking about two separate things or if
you see this is where your
one.
technical DJ side comes out.
Yeah.
Song. Period. Yeah.
Okay, well that's one. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, that's a good one though. Like I mean, and okay, another one for me personally, and it's up there, but it's not. I don't think it's where it should be. Is the twin flame rhythm?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the twin flame rhythm could
agree
be,
with that one.
Yeah,
so the twin flame rhythm is wicked, and I know a lot of people put it on mixes and stuff like that, but as a DJ or as an MC and you're in a party, let's say presenting soca, and you're presenting new soca, there's ways that you can make it work, and there's other songs that you can mix it with that'll work for a party. And if you don't try, you'll never know. So if you give the right speech, just like in a class, you give the right speech, people might not even know the song, but you gave the right speech behind the right lyrics, the right part where the beat kicks in, it could work. And that's another, I find, heavily underrated rhythm. That's the twin flame rhythm.
Got you.
Yeah, man.
Another one is well now it's starting to catch, but that song Pandemonium by Voice and Westways.
Yeah.
Like from what I wasn't in Trinidad.
I heard it was a big song. From I heard it, I said, okay, this song is big.
For sure. But I wasn't in Trinidad Carnival, but from what I could see, it doesn't seem like it was playing like that heavy in Trinidad.
Okay.
But I felt like, I always said it from the get-go, I'm like, if this one doesn't bust in Trinidad, it's going to be that after Carnival one that's going to bust.
That's going to catch.
Because it has that build-up, and it's crazy. I mean, the production's amazing. Big up to Travis World in Trinidad, that's definitely one. But I see now it's starting to...
really start to connect.
That's two good ones. That's four good ones you just said there. But off the top of my head, there's not really much more that I can really think of. Any more you have there? Oh, you know what's another one, good one actually? Another up-tempo song that I don't know, like if it took, because I wasn't in Trinidad either. I don't know if it really took off in Trinidad, but I know, like I've heard it on some mixes from like some international DJs and so on, and that's the Brave song. Brave is Irfan,
that's a good one.
Nyla, and Second Star.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like the three of the young up-and-coming artists came together and they did like a track, and I personally really like the track, and like I like it from like beginning to end. And like some people put it on and just play like a 8 bars and kind of thing like that, but I like it, and it's same deal. Like if you play that live, like you have the right crowd, you present it the right way, it could do some damage in a party. Man,
for sure. I agree with that one. That's a really good song.
I agree with you.
I like those build-up songs, like right there, you jump here, and then
get you
and just hit them. Man.
Listen, hold on, can I say something first for all the listeners that are non-soca people?
Okay.
And there's a stigma about up-tempo soca, power soca.
But this is what I was going to ask you.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're coming in. Could we all agree that 2019 soca is governed by power soca this year? Could we say opposed to, because remember, last year, before, it was way more groovy.
Right. Yeah.
Power just made a return this year.
And it came back with a bang.
I mean, between the two biggest soca songs in the world, they're both up tempo. So yes, for sure,
Family and Run With It.
Run With It.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
You were saying?
Yeah, man. Like for, all my people who have this negative stigma or this I guess this idea that jump up soca is only jump and wave, and I mean for the most part you're right, but I mean like listen to the story, give it a chance. All right, that's all I have to say. To the people who have this, man, soca, these soca guys, and
but let me tell you, see, even
chance.
Another point, let me tell you something that a lot of people are missing. You see, right now in today's market, anybody that could master this right here is going to win the entire game. If there's 100 songs in an event, whether it's a party, a fete, or a dance, 25 soca, 25 reggae, 25 trap, 25 top 40. Anybody that could marry those four cultures together perfectly, is going to win the entire game, because that's how music is consumed nowadays.
Right.
At one time, it was okay. Soca man, them over here. Reggae man, them over here. Trap man over here. Top 40 people over here. Whoever's now. Everybody's in one.
Right.
But I'm telling you, whoever creates that mold where it's equal, and you play it good, not just you're a good soca DJ, so you play the soca good, and you're okay on the trap, or you're okay on the reggae. You're extremely well on all four of them, is going to win the game.
I agree 100%, man. That's why, that's like where versatility really comes into play, right? You need to be able to do it, and not only just be able to do it and kind of get by, but if you can do, like you said, all four, and you can do it like with the knowledge that you have of all four, and it's all equal,
winning
and
the game.
like, yeah, you're winning. Like, you're good to go.
That's our our thing is smash, right?
Yeah.
And we are versatile. Like a lot of people will be like, these soca guys, but they don't realize that we could play hip hop. I mean, play an MC, and we could play reggae. Like, I mean, reggae too. Like,
I know.
no, a lot of people have this thing like these guys are the soca guys, which I accept that. Yes, I'm a soca DJ, and we are the soca guys. But don't just, But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, we take everything very serious.
No, 100%.
And the story and everything, So
Yeah. I'm telling you, if you guys are working on the formula, whoever keeps an event like that, those events is going to win.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I agree, 100%, 100%.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely not easy. It's not an easy thing to do because it is going to be
there's a lot of You know what I mean?
Always.
Okay, over here doesn't like it over here. You might start with 100 people.
Yeah,
that's going to turn into 2, 4, 8,
that's
2,000.
For sure.
But you got to take that first step.
Right.
You know what I mean? And take it from there. 2 more questions before we get to the rapid facts, and I'll get you guys out of here. How did you guys come up with your name?
Oh, individually?
Yeah.
Mine is easy. Like I said, so I was talking about my brother earlier, who now goes by One Unit, right? But before that, previously he was known as Soca Menace.
Okay.
So back in the all ages days, Soca Menace, everybody knew him as that, right?
Yeah.
And then I was just the junior, Menace's little brother,
Yeah.
I was that. So it's people say, "Oh, Junya,"
Yeah.
and just bring in that Trini or Jamaican accent, which that's where the JUNYA as opposed to the JR or the
instead of the
right,
junior,
exactly.
Junya.
Junya kind of came with a slang kind of thing like that, and then I just combined that with the Menace, and that's where it is. It's
that makes total sense.
Simple,
there.
yeah.
You know what
A
I
lot of
mean?
people don't know it, but I'm not ashamed of it. I tell anybody who ever asks, that's a
how it
fact.
is.
That's what it is, and that's what it is. Yeah.
Mr. Shy.
For me, Shy just growing up was just a nickname. So now when we're sitting down, me, Z, and Jay, we're sitting down. We're like, yo, what should our DJ names be? Z, that's his nickname, was always Z.
Okay.
Growing up for
DJ
me,
Z.
it was Shy, and then Jay's name is Jay, right? And then I guess, but anyways, it was for me. It was Shy. I've always grown up. In elementary school, everybody used to call me Shy, and my sister used to call me Shy, and it was just a nickname that I had.
Yeah.
It was that or DJ Level.
Yeah.
And I was DJ Level, this sounds not me. You know what I mean? It just another corny DJ name.
You just made up a name.
You know what I mean? So for me, it was just Shy, it's something that I felt in my heart. So I just went with it. And man, I loved it.
You were.
Yeah.
Crazy.
A lot of people think I'm shy and ting, but maybe at one point, but as you can tell
Clearly
from
not,
this.
as he said,
Definitely
with the name.
not. Yeah, definitely not.
As you can tell from this,
If you know him, definitely not.
You can tell by the name switch. It's you're Menace, you're Shy. No. Let's flip it
It
up.
might be.
Menace,
I tell you, it might be.
Shy. I got you.
And it makes for a great conversation too. Well, you're not shy. I'm
Yeah.
all right, now you forget me. The guy who's not shy.
You're smart. All right. Who are some of the DJs you guys looked up to coming into the game?
Oh man, well, there's a lot.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot. Personally, for me, like my brother is the first one, obviously, right? Because we were just that close. But when you talk about some of the bigger guys right now, in the industry, or who were the bigger guys back then and still are, Dr. J obviously is the first one that comes to. You used to hear Dr. J on Soca Therapy, and you'd see him live in a party, and it's just holy, what is this guy doing right now? You know what I mean? And it's just amazing, and you just see the things that he's doing, and it's what he's doing for Soca, and you're listening to Soca Gold, remember he used to do the mixes for Soca Gold and stuff like that. It's just this is incredible, he's one of them, but there's other guys too, man, because Marksman's another one. Marksman definitely. I looked up to Marksman as well growing up because he was in the same camp, but he was doing his thing, but he was doing it different too, right? Because he was doing some West End stuff, and he was doing different stuff too. He was another one. Specs.
Yeah,
Specs was
for
doing
sure.
his thing in
Big
the
up
dance
Specs.
hall and reggae and stuff like that. Big up Specs. Those are some of them for me, and then some of my closer peers who were we kind of came into not really the same time, but we were kind of playing on the same parties, like people actually got to play with and stuff like that. But like Jump Up Kings was one of them. Between Oshan, Bad News, and even Loudmouth Chiney, they were doing things, and I was like just paying attention to
That's
every
from
single
the Glow Thursday.
Yeah,
days.
well, even before that, even when like Loudmouth was still Jump Up Kings, and they were doing like Afterlife and Inside every Friday and Saturday and stuff like that, I would really pay attention to what they were doing and like the chemistry that they had, and I would really look up to that. And then when I was fetting back in like 05 and 06, and I was just like now becoming of age and like, you know, partying and stuff like that, there was like, the Bandit Jester Sweetness, like that combination going to Fortress and Shangri-La, and that Bandit Jester Sweetness combination, man, I was just in there like, wow, look what these guys are doing, man. Sorry if I said all of them, sorry.
Sorry, but
you know your stuff, though.
Yeah, for me, Dr. J would I mean, listening to him from radio was the earliest. I mean, like the vibes he used to bring on the radio. You know, I was like heavy into flow. Specs, 100%. Like I mean, the top 4 for me in the beginning were Specs, Dr. J, Jester, and started from scratch.
Very technical DJs. Extremely technical guys.
For sure. Like starting from scratch, especially like for me, we were having a conversation about this earlier in the weekend. Like, I mean, the way he mixed was the standard, eh? Like, I mean, like if you listen to a lot of DJs in Toronto now, everybody, like, I mean, a lot of the DJs follow that standard.
Of course.
Mixing on 8 bars, the mashups and, you know, and I mean, just the smoothness. You know, and these are live mixes that he's doing. Whether
this isn't pre-recorded, this is live in your
crazy.
I gotta do it's one take.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
And you know, even man, starting from scratch, 100%. Because I mean, I was always interested in the technical aspect of it. Still to this day, scratching and all that. But yeah, I'm actually gonna call some DJs because like these guys actually, I mean, up till now, inspire me. DJ Tyrone, Black's Done the Place, Black Reaction. I'm just gonna go down a list in my head. You know, I have to big them up because these guys are guys that inspire me and still inspire me to be great. You know, JUNYA Menace, even still to this day, I'll big it up right away. JUNYA Menace is still inspiring me and was one of the first guys to inspire me on that level too. Who else? Fire Kid Steenie.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, man.
Said the same thing about you, you know what I mean?
Big up Steenie, man. Every single time, you know what I mean? Like, Private Ryan, DJ Puffy, even Brandon Duke, the DJ. That kid, mind blowing.
Bro, I've seen some stuff with him. I said, what is this kid doing?
Unbelievable, this kid.
What is this kid doing?
Amazing.
For sure.
Yeah, no, he's crazy still.
Like, there's you know, especially a lot of the DJs in Toronto, like, I tried to take the things that I like about each of them and and own it and hone it in a way that works for me and that's unique to me, you know. So I don't want to forget anybody because Specs, you know, like I already said Specs.
One dance hall, like, since you're talking about the dance hall and the reggae DJs, one that we didn't mention yet, and especially for me, it was a big thing because going to all ages, when my brother was playing, he got an opportunity to actually play alongside this DJ at places like D2 and Ocean Mist and all these places and Game Nightclub and stuff like that was Lindo P, man. Like, Lindo P was like, he was burning down Scarborough like back in those days, and that's when I was probably like 13, 14, going to all ages. And man, Lindo P was just like lighting places on fire, and he was just like he would be playing on 45s, and he'd have a cigarette in his mouth, and his headphones falling off. Yo, he is burning down this dance, bro. And I'm just like, looking at him like, I wonder if one day I could be able to do this. You know what I mean? Like,
that guy.
Big up Lindo, man.
Lindo is amazing because he was one of the first reggae DJs that I seen scratch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, like, because Lindo is an artist. Like, I mean, you know, you just run a rhythm. This man's singing, he's riding on the rhythm. Like, yo, this guy is like
he's insane.
Crazy.
Lindo is like, you know, amazing, man. Like, he's one of those reggae DJs, especially that I think have it all. You know what I mean?
Right across the board.
Like, I mean, he could scratch and do all these things. Like, for me, I never seen reggae DJs do that. For me, it was more argument and presentation. I mean, song selection. With him, he was like, you know, like even anyway, that big up Lindo, he's a madman.
Okay, before we get into the rapid facts, one last question here. What was the phone call that blew your mind? The first phone call from who was it that you said, holy smokes, this guy's on my phone, bro.
Yeah.
He's on my phone. What was the first one? Who was the first one to call you? Said, holy smokes.
For me, it was an easy one. Well, the one that really took me to like another level, it was Jay, obviously, right?
For sure.
So, but before Jay, it was like I was a guy like, and there was a time in this city where like anybody was doing a soca party. I shouldn't say anybody, but a lot of the guys who were doing the soca parties like could have been Ron Dukes or Playhouse or Walk Up Nuff or a lot of these guys that were doing soca parties, Jump Up Kings, Loudmouth. Like I was the guy who was warming up, right? So like. I every party I would go to, I'd be on time. I'm the first one there. I'm bringing my stuff. I'm the last one to leave, and I'm hustling. Right? And I did that for a while, and eventually Loudmouth picked it up. Loudmouth Chinese, and I'll always big him up until this day because he's the one who made the connection between me and Jay.
Okay.
Now Jay had asked him, he's like, "Yo, Loudmouth, I got some concepts coming up. I want to put some younger guys on. I want to give them some opportunities. Who would you recommend?" And Loudmouth recommended me. And I remember like that message that I got from Jay. Yeah. It's like, this is Dr. J. Make me a demo. He's like, make me a demo. Let's link and let's talk. I feel like Loudmouth recommended you and I feel like I might be wanting to put you on some parties.
Yeah.
I did that. I put together a 45-minute mix. He came in his truck. It wasn't a phone call, right? But it was a text and then it was an actual link and we listened to the mix in his car. It's like, yo, you could have did this better. You could have did this. I like how you did this and so on and so on. Regardless, it's like, I'm going to give you a chance. And because of Loudmouth, I got that chance with Jay. And I never looked back. Yeah. Like I took an opportunity and I ran with it.
Big, that's big.
Yeah,
that's
man.
big. Big up Loudmouth Chinese.
Yeah, man. Big up Loudmouth.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's right. Because I know he used a lot of his tickets and stuff used to be in at Two Line and stuff like that. Yeah, man. Big up Loudmouth.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And I mean, what was that phone call, that message, that DM, that text that said, "Holy smokes!" Yeah. They reached out to me.
Definitely Dr. J.
Yeah.
Because that guy was like, oh my God, it's Jay. That guy was like around from big up Jay, like. From my parents' time, you know what I mean? Like, Jay was the shit. Up to now, he's still the shit. Back then when I got that phone call, he was the shit. So that was a huge, and big up to Menace for that one because, it was simply just rolling with Menace and showing a good form that I got that opportunities and those opportunities, And that's one. So big up Jay. Bandit was another one. Yeah, Bandit was a huge one for me because I was not expecting that.
And came super left field.
Yeah, and we all heard the stories about Bandit. Yeah. Like, he doesn't rock with nobody, and Bandit don't rock with nobody. You know what I mean?
That's brother Bandit. Yeah.
Amazing, and I love that about him,
bro. Yeah. Amazing. But you got to get through that little thing. You know what I mean? And once you get through it, Bandit is so cool. Yeah, so amazing.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
He was. Yeah, man, and a lot of people don't know it's from Walk You that I think me and Bandit really made that connection because he was one of the special guests.
Yeah,
and it was just he just liked my vibes. Yeah, and then he told my designer like, yo, this Shy, you know him and stuff like that. Like I heard you and da da da. And when he called me, I was like, wow, really? You know what I mean? And,
you know what I mean?
And it was everything, man. Like every event. So big up brother Bandit. Yeah, enough respect.
Yeah, for sure. Bandit. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Jester too. Like. Jester's not a guy who did a lot of events. Mm-hmm. So I mean, the one or two events that he had, Spring Passion, that one was a big defining one for me because he could have chose anybody. He could have just done it himself because Jester, he's a very musical guy. Those guys don't need anybody else, right? So and that was I think the biggest thing for me was, it's you and Puffy. You don't need me. But the fact that
you're
at least I felt that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just being included in that is and 3 years later, and he's saying, yo, guy, Shy, you're my guy for the next ones. And that's definitely a great feeling.
Crazy. That's amazing. Yeah. Just people that you looked up to on the radio and then you see the message like, wow, yeah, for sure, you're calling me? Yeah, man. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Wow.
And Jester was another one of those guys for me too, where because he was so technical and I was so attracted to that style. I mean, that 40/40 mixtape that he did, mind blowing. Yeah. That Jay-Z, oh my God, So I mean, getting that call was amazing, and even working with Walshy this past September, on Rum and Bass playlist meets Rum and Bass. Like big up to Kira for that. Like that was a great moment because it's just me, Jester, and Walshy.
Look at that.
Walshy fires Major Lazer, you know what I mean?
Come on.
And it's not just high and by. Like we're talking and we're building, and he's giving me advice, and up to today we have a relationship. So. Yeah,
crazy.
Just to name a few.
Big.
Walk You. Yeah. Yo, I tell you, a lot of people don't know Walk You and Glow Thursdays is what made me what I am now.
That was your launching pad.
You know what I mean? So
I said, I seen the name around, but it was just Madhouse that solidified it. Yeah. That graphics and stuff solidified it in my head. I said, yep, I know what's going on here.
Can I shameless plug? June 15th, look out for it. This year it's gonna be even madder.
All right.
Mad,
Well, look
mad.
out for it.
Walk you. Don't leave me out here to look like the bad guy.
We already know that this guy's the bad guy.
Yeah,
We
you know what I
this
mean.
already.
but yeah, Walk You comes back in July. Look out for more information on that very soon. Yeah, and that's that.
All right, so let's get into rapid facts here, okay? This is where I ask you some quick questions. You just give me back some quick answers. We're good. If you guys ever listen, you guys know what this is,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. Ready.
You probably
Hold on,
have
hold
your
on.
answer.
Let me pull out my answer. Hold on.
All right, okay. What's the wallpaper on your phone? We're going to go Shy to Menace.
Cool.
What's the wallpaper on your phone?
Wait, this guy's to double check.
What's that? My logo.
All right.
Standard Android.
We're on the same page, I get
Yeah.
you. What's the last thing you Googled?
Menace, answer first. Let me just actually think of this.
Mine, I think I was looking today. I was looking at the playoff bracket for the NBA.
Okay.
Yeah. I was googling it before I came in because I wanted to see where we're gonna be
All right.
for first round. You know?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
The song, I actually Googled it, Different Level by Jamil.
All right. That's the one, yes, big song right there.
That song, I love it. Yeah.
Okay. Fast food or home cooking?
Yeah, home cooking.
Me, I'm like a little bit of both. Like, you know what I
You're
mean?
honest.
Like a little
I
bit
like
of
that.
both. Yeah,
I
a little
like
bit of
And
both.
you are
yeah.
the first person to ever say fast food on this podcast. I could say
No,
that
I mean,
as a
like,
fact.
you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I enjoy home cooked
No,
food.
play.
But, like, you know,
You might be. I think there was one other person, but you might be right.
sometimes
on that.
I might have time for like
Yeah.
home
No,
cooked
I hear, bro.
Something like that.
I rate that. I get it. You know what I
man.
mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a cooker or a cleaner?
Both.
You have to be one. Cooker or cleaner?
It's intense, but cooker.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, you mean you used to be a cook guy? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true, but yeah. You
I'm a very clean person,
You clean your
yeah.
car like once a day, so
I could
You could be
I
both,
could
that's
tell
true.
just sitting here. I could tell your personality right away. I know exactly what you're about. You know what I mean? Okay. When it comes to reggae, do you prefer dance hall or lovers rock?
Lovers Rock.
Me, I'd be dancehall.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to soca, do you prefer groovy or power?
Power.
Okay.
Wow, me groovy.
Okay.
See, and now you see the connection.
Yeah, what I mean?
I get it. Okay. Who was the last person you called or text?
Junior Menace.
Okay.
And- yeah.
True. Yeah, and vice versa. I
Yeah.
was coming here, and yeah,
Okay. Last place you've been on vacation?
Miami.
Okay.
mine was Mexico for a wedding, actually. Yeah, a destination wedding.
Okay.
Yep.
I think I seen that on the ground.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Okay. What is your hobby?
Hold on, Muscle. My bad. I had to cut you off there because I know my wife's gonna listen to this, but that's a lie. We went to Orlando in February. Yeah. Because I know she's gonna listen. She's gonna be like, wait. So what was that trip that we went on Orlando? So my bad. Yeah. So we went to Orlando.
No problem.
Jesus.
Okay. What is your hobby?
You know what? Music, man.
Music. All right.
Yeah, me too. My main thing is music as well, but I mean I like sports as well. You know, like video games, wrestling, whatever it is. Whenever you have time to do something different, you have to. I try to do some different stuff as well.
Okay.
Can I elaborate on that just so you know, just so the people them understand fully? For me, music is also what I do full time now.
Okay.
So when I say
Congratulations.
hobby, respect, sir. It's all I do now. It's you know what I mean, like whether anything in the circle of music, you know what I mean, in the craft, that's only the only thing I do. I cut off any distractions now. You know, so I actually for the last few years actually that's just been my hobby and my full-time thing, right?
Proper.
So yeah.
Okay. What's the last song playing in your car?
Different Level by Jamil.
Okay.
Me, I think right now I'm taking in the Freshman's Mayday promo mix.
Yeah.
I picked it up on the weekend. I can't remember what it was. They're just going through it though. It's
Promo
vibes.
mix. All right.
Yeah.
Your favorite social media personality?
Social media personality. Major hype.
Okay.
That'd definitely be one of them. But just not to agree, Lily Singh, she's great, man. Like yeah, she does her thing, man. She's funny, man. Big up.
Okay. When it comes to food, you prefer curry goat or oxtail?
Oxtail now.
Okay.
Yeah, depends on who's doing it, but I would actually have to say curry goat, man.
Okay.
I like how you said curry goat and not go curry, by the way. I like how you said
This is why this guy is great at what he does.
What's up?
Yeah. Take it forward.
Working. Okay. What's your favorite song of all time?
Yeah, that's a hard one.
That's a very rough one.
Yeah.
I mean, I have one in mind, and because I've been asked this question before on questionnaires and stuff like that. And there's one song that I always say, and believe it or not, it's not a soca song, it's not a dancehall song. It's like it's a song called "Like a Rolling Stone" by Bob Dylan.
Okay.
It's a song that I could listen to over and over again, and like kind of you could be in any kind of mood and you can listen to that song. It's just music, man. I listen to every kind of music. It's a soca, country, dancehall, chutney, Indian, Bollywood, whatever. Music is music, and I love all kind of music. But just because I know I've been asked that question before, that's the song that I'm gonna say.
Got you. Shy?
I don't think there's a favorite, but there are a few I can mention off the top of my head.
Okay.
"Cruisin'" by Smokey Robinson.
Big song.
I love that song. I don't know. It's just amazing. "Natural Mystic" by Bob Marley.
Big song.
Like, I mean, there's a lot of them by Bob Marley, actually. "Stir It Up." "Lively Up Yourself." These are just songs, you know. "Jump Night Bingay." That one hits home because my dad used to always play that on a Sunday at the exact same time. You know what I mean? So that one, like, I always enjoy listening to that one. Anything by Whitney Houston. I'm a huge Whitney Houston fan. Like, every and anything, like, you know, from low tempo to up tempo, right? So, but that's just a few off the top of my head.
Okay. Marshall or Bungie? And why?
Easy one for me.
Okay.
For me, it's Marshall. Big up Bungie, of course. Like, you know, like, but Marshall is he's Marshall. You know, he's the king of soca, and seeing him live so much times, it's just like he brings a different element every time he performs. He's just an amazing performer, amazing artist. Like, whether it's up tempo or whether it's groovy, whether it's like girl songs or like dancing songs or whatever it is, he's just like the king of soca, man. Amazing.
Got you. Fair enough. 100% agree.
Yeah, I would have to say Marshall too, but big up Bungie same way because I think what I like about each of them is very different, and you know, I love how deep Bungie is too. You know, what
lyrically
I mean?
and everything like that.
Freestyle vibe when he's ready.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
That he just performed at Luxie, and I mean, like he made this huge speech about like people like, you know, of all races, and it just I was like, they're like drooling, like so locked into what he was like, saying, you know, like
man got into a speech and he was just talking about like politics and the economy,
and this is
it
in
was
the middle
just people
of
were just like
in the middle of a performance where
and he just hit them with the tune and just flipped over Luxie.
It was just
that's crazy.
Yeah, so big up
okay,
Bungie.
one word you say too much.
Man. Shy can't say it because it's a cuss word for Shy for sure.
Some kind of cuss word.
Me probably I say word a lot. I know it's old school, but like I say word, like that's a thing. But
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That one is one that I'm trying to eliminate because. Yeah,
they might not know
it's
what you
so Scarborough and so Toronto. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
True, that's
I do know what you mean.
I say true a lot too. So does Zippy.
Yeah.
True.
Okay. Yeah, but that's something I'm trying to like get rid of because it just
doesn't work for you.
It's too much.
Your favorite social media platform and why?
Instagram, definitely. Just like with all the upgrades that they've been making, like it's just all in one now. Like you know, even with this Instagram Live, and then what is the one with the now you can like upload your videos on there. IGTV. Sorry, I don't know why. Anyway, IGTV, like now these guys are trying to create their own YouTube per se. You know what I mean? And now you could play longer videos, and you just click one button, continue watching. I mean, the progression is so amazing. So
yeah, definitely, I would say Instagram too. It brings results, right? Like, I mean, and as somebody who does events and so on like that, and you invest a little bit into like Instagram and, you know, that advertising, you take advantage of the tools that you can take advantage of, and you're definitely going to see results if you do it the right way. And so that would be my favorite. But other than that, like, it connects you with people, right? You know, like sometimes like me and my wife, we will go back and forth sending each other like funny videos, or me and my friends would be sending each other funny stuff, and it's just like you gotta laugh, you know, you get some entertainment about it. The only thing I have to say about Instagram, you have to like kind of limit yourself. You can't get addicted.
That's 100%.
Sometimes you
rabbit hole.
And
you're done.
Sometimes you just gotta ease off a little bit and you know, do something else with your life than Instagram. You know, you understand.
You're not scrolling. You're posting.
That's it.
How do you win?
That's it. That's it.
All
exactly.
right. That's the end of the rapid facts. Now the floor is you guys' own. Anybody you want to big up, anything you want to say, leave your social media where they could find you. Anything. The floor is now you guys before we get out of here.
You can follow me on all social media, DJ Shy Toronto. I'll let you say yours one.
Yeah, and then you can follow me at JUNYA MENACE JUNYAMENACE on Instagram, Twitter, if anybody still uses it, Facebook, SoundCloud.
Let me stop you.
Yeah.
Twitter's a huge
huge,
platform.
amazing.
Okay, so there you go. So
Huge.
All right. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like people are using it now in the correct way. Before it was just people were spamming and stuff like that.
No.
Now it's
Twitter's
a huge discussion
huge,
board, you know,
bro.
like
Huge.
Like,
Yeah.
but what do I want to say to the people? You know what? Thank you for supporting. And I find myself saying this a lot, and I know, you know, for anybody who knows me, I could be a certain way, but like I love everybody and I love all the people who support us and myself. You know, Super Smash Bros. Our mission is to not only smash the club, but make sure you guys hear the story in what we're playing and to dominate. You know what I mean? So we are coming to a club near you to smash that stuff. And you know, thank you for the support and stay tuned. Lots of big things coming down the rabbit hole, you know?
Good.
Right, yeah, man. And exactly what Shy said. I want to thank everybody for who continues to support, man. Muscle, thank you for having us on this. And thank you for just doing this all together, man, because like somebody who as somebody who listens, like it's really like it's educational. Like, you know, I hear some of the stuff that people say, and it's, you know, you take notes, and it's just like, yo, why didn't I think of this? Or it's like, you know, I can't believe I didn't even know that. And you know, it's very educational. And so thank you for that. And I think we're probably like one of the youngest teams that you've had on here so far, so super grateful for the opportunity to be on here, man. And so thank you to all of our fans, like all of our loved ones, our friends, family who continue to be there week after week, you know, like who put up and they're patient with us when we're working hard, you know, like, so thank you to all of them. And of course, thank you to like all the promoters who give us those opportunities to, and those DJs who give us those opportunities to rock their dances and smash their dances and stuff like that, you know. And thank you to all of them. And like Shy said, man, like it's 2019. We've been having a great year so far, and it's only going up from here, man. Like, look out for some big things coming this summer, and for the rest of spring, and just for the rest of the year in general. We got some things coming, man.
Yeah, I believe you guys 100%. You guys have this on Smash. Believe you me. You know what I mean?
Insert sound effect.
I've been in contact with Shy for a bit. You know what I mean? I said, Shy, I'm watching. Right. You know what I mean? I've been seeing you for a lot. I said, I'm watching. Then I hit you guys up in the group chat. I said, you know what? Now's the time.
Perfect.
Let's go. Because you see, summer 2019
is
going to be a different ball game out here.
Ready, man.
And I know that from the jump. You know what I mean?
Big up yourself,
Thank
Muscle.
you,
You guys, thank you, Mr. Shy.
Yo, sir, keep doing a great job, man.
you.
Like, I'm not saying this, and you know, I genuinely enjoy what you do here. And I think I was just telling Menace this earlier. Like the questions that you ask, I mean, the rebuttal questions I'm so mind blown by them because I mean, not to say that you're not like you're not a DJ and whatever, and you have been in this industry for a long time, but I mean, you wouldn't expect the non-DJ to ask certain questions like that, you know, especially when a guy could get so caught up in what he's saying. And I mean, like, the questions are amazing. So you know what you're doing here, Muscle? Amazing, man. Keep up the good work, bro.
Means a lot
Thank you.
coming from you guys, being the new generation. You know what I mean? I've been doing it a long time now. So I'm just happy to still be here doing my thing. You know what I mean? Man. You guys been amazing.
Yes. Once again, thank you for having us. Yo, respect. Respect.
Gentlemen, big up you guys self. This is Muscle, and this has been another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out. This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.